All right, let's do this. Live from Studio G, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Brew. We are doing the Modern Tour. We've been waiting for this for a long time, so we're really excited to be here. We're here with Valontinian, Devlin, Dyfed, and we've got the crew here, our executive producers, Corinne and Katina. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, everybody.
Boss lady. And speaking of boss lady, Tim is here.
Oh.
And we also, we do have a full house, man. Ashland's here, Balin, Candela, good morning. You snuck in.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm so glad you're here. Well, we've been waiting for this this tour. We are doing modern industrial, postmodern, just stuff, builds that are here in the Landmark. There are some builders we were hoping would put their claims back down. It's still kind of the beginning of the week, so we got time. But we only have Valontinian for today and tomorrow. He's got to work Thursday and Friday. And he's one of the forces behind the idea to do this modern tour. He has been a fan of architecture. He studied architecture in college, got his degree in art history, and works for a nonprofit out in Minnesota, where he uses his, where he meets with architects on a regular basis. So, dude, it's your passion for architecture and your knowledge of how architecture has evolved and who some of the prominent architects are that kind of leads us to where we are right now in the game here at your place. So, dude, you have the floor, man. Tell us what you got going on here.
Well, what I decided to do was basically start with this house that we're in front of right now. And my thought, this was really kind of inspired by some stuff that Frank Lloyd Wright did in Milwaukee. It was he actually had a series of homes there, and this was kind of a departure for him, called the American System Built Home. Mm-hmm. And the concept was to be able to provide beautiful architecture for people of a modest income. And considering the nature of what I do for work, which is working in a low-income neighborhood, it kind of appealed to me. This idea sort of just immediately appealed to me. And it's interesting that has always been a fascination of Frank Lloyd Wright's, but the majority of his work was always, individual commissions and, larger mm-hmm. business buildings and this sort of thing. So he didn't have really the opportunity to express that. And I think really the closest he came was that American System Built approach in Milwaukee. And there's still about 3 or 4 homes there on one street that are that design.
Wow. That's amazing. Now, I grew up in a Frank Lloyd Wright home. We were talking about this before we kicked off the show. So I've always been a fan of his work. It was kind of cool growing up in a Frank Lloyd Wright home. I mean, I realized when I was a kid there's something unusual about it. We lived in the only bomb shelter on the street.
Right.
Well, just unusual design. Now, it wasn't as nice and as open as this. What we're looking at right now. You're talking about the white building that's in front of us.
Yep, the white building that's in front of us, the Nashorn. It started off with that idea, and then it kind of just grew on me. So it ended up being a little bit bigger than what I expected it would be. I actually did this in alpha, and brought it back. Or was it early beta? I don't remember. It was a long time ago, and so brought it back for, to start this little neighborhood project I've got going on here. And then made a few changes to it since then, but not much. It's still pretty much as it was right in early on before the wipe.
I love the ceiling detail.
Yeah, it's really
thanks.
I do too.
Really nice. This simplistic elegance, and it's where form. To me, it's modern architecture where form meets function. It's There's not a lot of arches and not a lot of intricate detail work on the masonry. It's very, very simple, elegant, clean designs, and for me, that's just it's soothing. See, I grew up in a building like this, so
Oh, right.
yeah.
Sure.
So I can really appreciate it, and it's funny. I mean, I think Devlin and I are just we've always really enjoyed the modern architecture that we found in the game, especially when we discovered Juliana and Nevrai. Hoping that you didn't hear back from them, have you, since their last communique?
Nope.
Okay. Now, how many floors do you have in this building that we're looking at right now?
This one is just 2.
Okay.
And how many ceilings?
Probably more than 2.
Okay, it's weird. 2 floors, more than one.
Yeah.
The math doesn't add up.
Right. It's always kind of math challenged.
Now, I like that we can do things in Landmark that are not too practical in the real world, but this is really cool. I like the lights you've got in the ceiling here. This is... No. Ah, cool. So these are just holes you've cut in the ceiling and put a light orb
Yep.
in? Okay.
That's it. Pretty simple.
That's simple. That's cool. Now, one thing that I noted from the home I grew up in, we had a lot of wrought iron work. So we had a wall that separated the main hallway in the house from, it was between the main hallway and the family room that had this detailed work in it. What is this prop right here?
Oh, there's the little lattice screen
Yeah,
or
the
whatever
lattice,
it is.
yeah. So we had this wrought iron lattice, very elegant. And I love the fact that Frank Lloyd Wright, designed homes. Yeah, I gotta say, when we bought ours, no one would buy it. so
Right.
we got a deal. We got a deal on it. It's just nobody wanted the house because it had a flat roof in Maryland.
Right.
Where you get lots of precipitation, not an ideal place to have it. Which is why it's so interesting that you've got all this Frank Lloyd Wright stuff that's up in the Midwest.
Right. Yeah, but that's just Chicago and Minnesota. These are major areas where he worked. There's a ton of stuff here. In college, I lived down the street from a very little known Frank Lloyd Wright building. So it was just a little home at the end of a cul-de-sac, and it wasn't a cul-de-sac when he built it. It had an overlook onto some really nice rolling terrain. Then a highway came through later on in the 50s, and that was all she wrote there. So, but yeah, so there's a ton of stuff out here in the Midwest for us to kind of get an immediate look and source, for his designs.
Now, who were some of the other architects that had real impact on you as you were going through college?
Well, I think, obviously Frank Lloyd Wright was one of the big ones. I'm just absolutely in love with the prairie style work that he did. The Roby house, I think, is, I think it's just one of the most fantastic things ever designed. I think that for me, at least, Ludwig mies van der Rohe is a big influence. I think I've got 2 buildings where I probably I would cite him as the most immediate influence. The thing about van der Rohe I really liked is it's just the simplicity of design. I guess it's kind of the Bauhaus school ethos that a lot of his works have been designed with. But there's something. It's kind of like a combination of just common sense and on one end, and Philip Johnson with his glass house on the other end. And in between the two, he sort of seeks to find something minimalist, straightforward, very modern, but at the same time, it's livable. Philip Johnson, I adore his glass house. It's groundbreaking. But in terms of livability,
Now, is that what this is? Or is this inspired by or designed out, modeled after Philip Johnson's, right, or the one right here?
Right, exactly. This is kind of a slight nod to Philip Johnson's glass house. It's not quite there because I just felt the need to kind of do a back and forth wrapping around concrete shell and then windows on one side. Philip Johnson's glass house was glass all the way around. He had a
That sounds
concrete
like my
roof,
house.
but it was glass all the way around. Glass walls, glass everything. He had a little place where you could change and a place where you could go to the bathroom that was not exposed to the outside. But other than that, everything else was exposed to the outside. It's really just an extreme example, of wanting to put the person in the environment. So Ludwig Mies van der Rohe, on the other hand, what appeals to me is this is really actually kind of more like the Farnsworth house.
Mm-hmm.
The Farnsworth house does some of that, but it's a little bit more practical. It's livable. And that was kind of what the goal was with this. At the same time, though, I wanted to expand beyond the straight box concept and create something that was interesting, had a little winding effect. It's like the whole thing with the slash windows in this. It seeks to provide some sort of key architectural element that gets away from just the straight horizontal and vertical. So I guess there's a little bit of just what I wanted to accomplish in this as well, as just sort of a historical precedent or something around that line. I guess one of the things I think as I sit down and design these houses, I really don't think about them that much. I start off and I kind of go and squirrel in the design, and where it ends up is where it ends up.
That's one of the things I like about Landmark. Now, I see it as being could be a really useful tool in design school, architecture school.
Yeah.
But of course, it's not being used as that, and won't be until it goes live, because you'd have to have private servers, pretty much, if you're going to use this in a school setting. But there was a discussion yesterday about The Sims. The Sims 2 being the first game really that was starting to attract designers and architects.
Right.
And so I think the potential here is really huge, untapped. Hopefully they can get this thing to a point where we can do this.
Right. I would be really curious to find out if there are any actual architects that play this game.
Well, do you remember Bird Burfel when you went to his house that he built?
Yes.
Yeah, you took the architect there.
Oh, he
and
did.
They said,
Yeah.
they changed stuff based upon what they built in the game here.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
He built what he wanted it to look like, because Kat and I helped him get it into the right shape. And he brought the architect over, and the architect loved it and knew exactly what Ferd was trying to tell him, the feel that he wanted. It was nice.
And that's what a great practical tool. Now, the building I'm looking at right now, it's got the rounded...
The Navigator.
floors. The Navigator, yep.
Yeah.
Now, this is...
Is there a big fish in there? Are we going to travel through space-time?
Wait, no. The big fish is entering right now. There he goes, up the stairs. So it says, a modern home inspired by the works of...
Le Corbusier.
Le Corbusier, thank you.
I was going to say it's a bit spicy. But oops.
This is... I love this thing. And again, if you want to follow along, you can follow along in with Wikipedia, or there's a good background on most of these architects. Most of these architects are very well known and well written about. Here we go. I got his.
So specifically, it's Villa Savoy. of Le Corbusier's that kind of inspired this, and I realized they don't look anything like each other, but and again, that's part of what happens with me in the design process. I started to go along and squirreled, and it turned into this. But really, when I was starting, that was one of the things I was thinking of. That concept of how we put together the villa was just appealing to me, and I thought about something similar for this piece of land here, and voila, here we have it.
Now this, so I'm inside in the interior here of the Navigator.
Yeah.
And the walls that I'm looking at here, I love this design. It's because obviously it's got a little bit of Asian influence.
Right.
This is actually a voxel texture, is it not? This is the rice paper?
It is the rice paper texture, but it's on a micro voxel, and it's set into offset voxels.
Okay. Got it. Wow. All right. Dude, this is... wow. What was that? Dude, that is amazing. So you've got... wow. I was thinking that's a great bump map on this.
Right.
Get to close the doors, Gio.
Oh, sorry.
I'm particularly pleased with the master here, the master bedroom in this house, I think, which is right across from where you are, Gio.
All right, let me go in here.
Yeah, Gio may have grown up in a Frank Lloyd Wright house, but he was born in a barn.
Yes, well.
What kind of barn was it?
Don't you get it?
Well,
I couldn't resist. It was like perfect, okay?
Oh, check out the table here. I like this. This is great. So now, did you design some of this furniture in here? Or-
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Wow.
Yeah, it opens up to a view of the workshop, or one of the workshops that I have. And I really like it. It's kind of got I don't know, just a bit of a comforting feeling when I come in here. I like this room a lot.
Dig the hot tub.
Thanks.
And Pantera's gonna go change his oil. There we go.
TMI.
Well, he's wearing a wetsuit, so.
You hope.
Yeah, you hope.
You hope. Yeah.
Now the interior that we're looking at here, was it? What is it? Just a design you had in your head in terms of the material selection, or something you modeled after a building that you've enjoyed?
No, actually, this was just in my head. So kind of picking out, what I used for the materials. Although I'll tell you that this kitchen area and how I decided to go with the rustic Halas stone, this was kind of a nod to Frank Lloyd Wright's Falling Water. One of the things I really like is that the upstairs of the Frank Lloyd Wright's Falling Water, in a really refined area, concrete form house, suddenly has these expanses of raw stone right there, and I think it's an interior reflection of the intention of having the occupants of the house actually live in nature, not with nature, but in nature. So, I honestly liked the way it looked. I liked the contrast of texture within that house. So I tried to do something similar. Found the closest stone that we had and incorporated it kind of into the kitchen and the walls and then around the bedrooms.
I like that kitchen.
Yeah, me too.
like
The brick here, this actual texture right here is identical to the brick in the Frank Lloyd Wright house I grew up in.
Nice.
Yeah, but our fridge wasn't this nice. You make the fridge yourself?
I
Is this
did.
your handiwork? It's cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Thanks.
Player Studio.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Good. Yeah, I like it. But yeah, so we did that and did the dinner table obviously and some of the chairs and the air hockey table, which I just adore and brag about endlessly.
I saw your tweet about that.
I just saw the grate on the bottom of the refrigerator. That looks really good too.
Yeah, it's
There's
perfect.
ghosts. All the cabinets just flew open.
Very real stuff.
Do you have those linked and triggered?
No. Somebody just manually opened them all.
There's
I wonder who that could have been.
I
Yeah.
have no idea.
and there's the cool hockey table, man. Air hockey.
No, thanks. I like it.
You have
like
an extra
this
door
room.
over here.
Good morning, Mary.
See, me opening all the doors found extra props. I found 2 extra
Oh,
props
yeah.
right there. You can pick up.
Nice.
Just letting you know. You can pick those
Efficiency, I
up.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Now, how many voxels tall are these floors, these rooms that you've made?
I want to say these are like 17.
Okay.
Something like that.
To me,
The
that
floors are only 17.
Car, look
18.
at the lights here. Oh, that is. Dude,
I
that's
like it.
really well done.
Those are amazing.
Nicely done. I assume you have
you.
light sources inside those. Looks like you've got.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Like I said, this house is really a spectacle at night.
Yeah, we've seen the tweets. They're just amazing. This is such a beautiful house.
Yeah, this has turned out to be a lot of fun to design and put together. I've really liked it.
Ooh, sushi time.
Devlin, are there any particular architects that
didn't
inspired you, or you just go with a design that comes just out of your head when you build your stuff?
I don't know any architects by name.
I think one of the things I know that some of the earlier discussions Devin and I had, dude, we were looking at modern. We Googled modern architecture, just looking at Google Images, and the stuff that we saw in South Africa just blew my mind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the thing about modern architecture is it's really become, a world thing. It's not. And it's developed like that too. So that's kind of what's exciting. There isn't really a. At least I don't see it as a regional or national style in any way. It's just something that's developed, globally.
Certainly it's international. I mean, if you look at the certainly in the Wikipedia entries, they give you. It talks about it being international in nature.
Right.
Great use of the space. I mean, there's so much room for the camera in here.
Yeah, it's helpful.
Now, do you live in a building like this?
I don't at all. I live in a pretty standard 1973 constructed home in the Upper Midwest. So a two floor ranch.
Oh, joy!
This is a beautiful build. Wow.
It
Thanks.
looks like Ray Ellison or something.
Folks, if you're playing the home version of the game, come join us. Really, this is a lot of fun. Hallis, it is
Filler
not.
thingies.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking that. So you got. Oh, go ahead.
We got a little transport pad in the corner here that'll take you up to a rooftop garden as well.
Now you've got some light orbs inside these pillars.
Yes.
Now, are they light orbs or is it a spotlight?
It's a spotlight
Okay.
sunk into the ground, and actually that was done by Rhapsody. So the pillars themselves are not designed by me. The pillars are designed by Hope Steeler, and that was something he and Rhapsody were working on eons ago. And
Very cool.
Yep, and then I put them in. I found a really good spot for them, liked the way they looked there, so I plugged them in, and then Rhapsody took over and did some lighting work for me and placed some great purple spotlights in the base of the pillars there.
You can't have modern homes without nice stereo. I like it. Good. Seriously, are you
true.
kidding me? Like, where do you think companies like Bang & Olufsen came from?
That's right. Exactly.
Now, where's the stereo? Oh, there
It's
it
right
is.
over here.
Right.
Yeah.
Check it out.
I used to work in stereo, so that's one thing
Yeah.
I do know. Is pretty stereos.
That's just one of the satellite speakers, the receiver and everything, and
Where is it?
all up on the front side of the room here that you're in.
Well, Bang & Olufsen did the modern, pretty stereos way before Bose was around.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They had a vertical turntable.
They were so bloody expensive.
Was that Yamaha? That was Yamaha.
You want Bang & Olufsen? I mean, I can remember when a complete Bang & Olufsen system was like over 20 grand.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And your phone, and you could use your phone. They had the modern art looking phones, and all that controlled your stereo and all integration before integration was the thing.
Yeah, my dad
Was
still
it-
has his hi-fi set. It's not a stereo; it's a hi-fi.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
High fidelity.
You get the quadraphonic.
That I don't know, but he has 2 open reel tape decks.
I've got
Okay.
the
Reel
do
to
it.
reels, yep.
I've got the first. I think it was Sansui quadraphonic. They were in my room behind me.
Nice.
Haven't heard that name in a while. Wow.
And I've got
Yeah, tell me about it.
an old TIAC reel to reel.
Oh wow, that is old school. Well, you are in the old dude guild, so it's appropriate.
Yeah.
Actually, it sounds familiar. I think one of my dad's is TIAC too.
Right.
I know the amplifier and turntable and stuff is from a company called Knight.
Mhm.
KNI, Knigget.
Knigget.
If you're not 8-tracking it, you ain't living.
thought it was the wax cylinder.
Oh yeah, right. The wax cylinder.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Hey, welcome,
John.
man. So what I've noticed is there's no railing here to keep you from falling off. And
Oh no, OSHA would have a field day with me.
my kids would love it though.
Yeah.
Man, great build. Really, really enjoying this.
Yeah, thanks.
Looks like you spent a lot of time now. You've been working on these builds not just by yourself though. So Hope Stealer. Now Hope Stealer
Hope-
is Rhapsody.
No, Rhapsody and Hope Stealer are two different.
Okay, all right.
Right.
But are they in blue?
Yes. Rhapsody is.
I think Rhapsody was here on the stream the other day.
Rhapsody just followed me on Twitter.
Rhapsody in Blue is her Twitter handle.
Now this house that we're in right here
Yep.
is the Vancouver Reserve by Valontinian. Let's see, small footprint, beautiful homes with a West Coast feel and its own greenhouse with mini planter boxes for the true botanists. Any botanists here? Botanist wannabes?
No, I'm trying to give it up.
Do we
Always a
have
wannabe.
do we
Gave
have
it
a-
up for Lent.
do we have a biologist?
That's kind of close.
Yeah, they both start with B.
Right. So this home is. This actually is also kind of a Frank Lloyd Wright source. I really wanted to try and make something along the American system built home design. Just something fresh and new, but following that ethos. And again, it kind of squirreled into something that was larger than what I expected. So, yeah,
So is this your herb garden? Herbs?
right.
Herb garden.
Week. That's
Yep, all the way up on the top. There's a little elevator on the second level that'll take you up to the greenhouse itself.
good stuff, man.
Well, I did say it was kind of a West Coast design. And actually,
True. Oh, and now I want to go see the kitchen here.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna cheat and I'm gonna fly
Yep.
down here. Now the kitchen, is it on the second floor or main
It's on the
floor?
first floor. Main floor.
Okay. Is there an open window I can sneak? Oh, there's a door. Okay.
Yep, back door.
You're too used to my house running up windows.
I love your house. It's so airy.
Open.
Now you have a different take on the fridge. I like this.
Yep.
It's nice. It's certainly built by the same company, so I like that.
Right.
Consistency. Now I see you've used these
there.
lamps. These are from Kinos. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think so.
I
don't know. They're the combine lamps or whatever.
Okay.
They just kind of look good,
Yeah.
as an independent thing. So
I like those.
Yeah, they work.
yeah,
Holy crap! Are those beer taps?
yeah, those are beer taps.
Hold on.
So you got an amber and a stout.
Right. Absolutely.
All right, Pantera, just pull the lever, dude.
Huh? What? No, I'm talking to Alien Paragon about stereo. Sorry.
Oh, that's
What's
okay.
going on?
I'm just down here. You ready?
I have no idea.
laying underneath the beer tap. Oh, now I like this piece of art you've got on the wall.
The piece of art on the wall, all credit goes to Rhapsody. She designed that. Well,
Wow.
put it up there. Yeah. It just did a great job. I mean, I think it looks fantastic.
Wow. So
It does. I
is
love
that
those ladders.
is that a prop? Is this prop set
It's-
on the wall, just a different color, the darker
Yep.
wood? Okay.
Exactly. So it's 2 props and then just the lamp. That's all it is.
The Karen lattice.
Yeah.
Right.
We have 3 different colors of it.
I didn't realize that. That is neat.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a great thing. We wanted something to go there rather than just have a blank wall in that place, and she just walked in and just created it. Said, "Here you go," and it's fantastic. So I adore it. I find that I'm not as good of a decorator. I love coming up with the design and putting together all of the design elements, actually doing the construction, making it all work, and then when it comes time to actually decorate, I rather pathetically beg Hope Stealer and Rhapsody to come in and help me out a little bit.
It's cool. We got a lot of people in the game that are really good at this, at doing the interior design. But now you do the material palette selection for the build, though, right?
Yes.
That's all you.
And sometimes I ask for opinions, help. It's great working with those two, and Thorvald, Rhapsody's husband,
okay.
works with us as well. Yeah.
We found one of his claims the other day.
Yep. You were at the his barbarian build, the restarting of his barbarian build. There wasn't much down at the time, but yeah, he was working on that. He's got that, and he's got a space build. You guys ever an alien build, I guess he calls it. You guys have been to that too. It's lots of bubbles and whatnot. But it's fascinating. It's great to see at night. It's another light extravaganza.
Is that one that's in the volcano
Yes.
biome? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's those folks have always come around and provided input. So credit where credit's due. They're great people, and I just love building with them. This Hope Stealer Slasher and I end up just we'll get going on something, and we look up and it's 3 a.m.
So now, where did you meet Hope Stealer through?
Old timers.
The old dude guild.
Yep. The old guild. Yep. All us old folks.
The old dudes.
Yeah. Exactly.
You guys been around for a while.
We're old. Yeah.
Buzz Weaver's in your crew.
He is. Draconius as well. Actually, I think he's in a different guild in game, but he's an OTG guy. So is Evil.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
I like the terraced garden over here on the side of the
Yeah.
trail.
I thought you said terrorist garden. I'm
thought
sorry.
he-
I was
I
like,
thought he
what?
I did too. I'm
Terrorist
like,
garden.
okay, no. He said Eris?
The terrorist garden, right? Now that would be interesting to see.
Would you plant them in there?
Right?
Yeah.
They're hatched, they're grown, you know.
Wow.
Homegrown terrace. Okay, great.
They're lovely. When they bloom, they explode.
Ouch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, we could keep going with this.
Yeah, we're not going to.
Right. Right.
I like that you use
Stream
some of
might
these-
get more than muted.
Yeah.
Gift that keeps on giving.
Oh man, look at the. I like the sea anemone that's in here. This fits.
Yeah. Thanks.
So did you do the garden, or did one of the crew design it?
I did a lot of the garden. I did a lot of this one myself, which is probably why it's way over the top and lacking in a little taste.
It's okay.
But I'll tell you, the guy who has the golden touch with landscaping is Hope Steeler.
That's-
That guy's just brilliant.
That's good to know.
Earlier this last week, I just said, all right, you got to get over here. And people are going to be here next week, man.
Well, there's a bunch of people here in the stream who who've got builds ready for us to come look at. So
That's wonderful.
yeah,
I would not be one of those.
I am excited.
Yeah.
Now, I've noticed you don't have any fish tanks.
I do have one fish tank, and it is over in the office building that's across the way. You guys have seen that before. But, yeah, I can port over there, and you guys can take a look at that if you want.
Now, I'm just noticing the refrigerator in this house is is similar, but yet different.
Empty. How dare you?
So the material is horizontal here. So the lines on the
Right.
face of the fridge are horizontal. Whereas
Right.
in the other house, they're vertical. And then and yet the third house, it's a double door, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Dumbledore?
Yeah,
It's a double door.
pretty much all variations on a theme. This one I was kind of going after that 1950s look, for the fridge that's in the Nashorn. So
Yep. I think you captured it rather well.
thanks. Yeah, I was pretty happy with the results of that. But yeah, so it's been fun.
Hopefully, we'll get a chance to see these at night at some point,
Right.
because they truly are spectacular. And there's how your neighborhood's shaping up. This is one of the best reasons I've seen in a while for a justification for a 5x5 claim size.
Right.
Oh, heck yeah.
That is really impressive.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, the only thing missing from this is Devlin's build. Wow.
Yeah,
then-
it would fit in really well.
And then the nightlife club. I hope at some point we get to starting work on the new nightlife club. I love the newer concept that Devlin's been kicking around.
Oh, Pantera, dude. You came up with it.
That is going to look spectacular when you make that full size.
Well, you've
Can't
seen the
wait.
little one, right?
Yeah, the little one is I like the lobby. The lobby is really appealing. So it's that'll be. Will that be Nightlife Club 2.0 or 3.0?
And we'll do like what Star Wars Battlefront did. We'll just call it the Nightlife Club. No 2 or 1 or nothing.
Yeah, that's smart. Now the building that I'm standing in front of right now is this your current project?
This is my current project, and this building actually was the very first one I built. And I have since been. I basically had to tear it apart to get it into this particular landscape, and so it's really changing and becoming something entirely different. And then ripping out walls and putting in new window, setups, and changing the relative height and everything in the building to start with. So,
and I see you have these stairs to nowhere. That's cool.
Right. Yeah. So this is all in process right now, but it's you get the idea of where it's going, I guess.
Well, it looks like you've got your material palette already picked.
Yeah, for the most part. I think it's the exterior of the building probably showcases that better than the interior right now. The interior's got some texture choices that are going to change yet, especially down in the basement area. But yeah, I think overall I think I'm kind of settled on where I'm going with it.
The linoleum or whatever the material was that they used in the basement of the home where I grew up is right here. It's this.
Oh, is it?
It's this.
Same
yeah,
thing?
it's this exact same. This is it.
Nice.
It's hilarious. It's cool. So, I think my father purchased our house in 1964 for, I want to say, $49,000.
Nice.
It was on the market. It was on the market for 2.5 years. Nobody would buy it.
Wow.
Where were they just scratched their heads. Frank Lloyd who?
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, yeah, Candela says, yeah, American styles are really different than European style. When you mention the 50s, they're not even in the same world.
Oh, yeah.
Which is cool. All right, let me get out of this build. And we've seen all of your houses, right?
I think for the most part, yeah. I think we've the only one left is the Vanderoe Center across the way, and I think you guys have toured that before.
Well, you want to save that for tomorrow?
Sure.
And let's go. Let's go hit Devlin. Can we visit yours next?
Sure, if you want to.
Yeah, I do actually very much. I'll get a couple more screenshots.
Nothing you haven't seen before, but sure, we can.
Oh well, it's to show it off for everybody else that's here. Now let's see if it's. Are you gonna teleport there, and we can just teleport to you?
Working on it already.
Already. Let's.
I logged in too, Jo. If you want to come to my house.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Yeah, thank you,
Yeah,
Carl.
since the
At
thing
work,
is
I can't
down.
log in.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to hope the gallery's working for my place.
I love this. So, of course, we've already been trolled by Aliana. You should look up modern in the gallery and contemporary and Christmas and Geo, and you find Heidi Ho.
Oh no.
Oh my god. It just never ends.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, that's true. Wow. Looks, there's 2 pages of stuff tagged with modern. Let's see.
You asked for it, and you receive.
Wow. Oh, man. Look at that. That is fantastic.
I don't know if mine is tag modern. Sorry.
I don't either. I don't know. But I'm here, so it doesn't matter.
You know
Wow,
it exists.
excellent.
That's all that
I'm
matters.
excited about this. All right, so let's teleport over to Devlin.